thanks everybody for showing up. It's really great to be back here at Fan Expo 2022. It's been a while, so yeah, it's good to be back at in-person events. And yeah, this is Beginner's Guide to Content Creation. I'm going to be one of your panel hosts, moderator. My name is Cade Lashley. I do Item 9 Gaming. My buddy Carter here. We've been doing that for a while. So we've been doing the video game content creation for about 8 years now, and through that we've had some pretty awesome experiences. And also I'd like to welcome as our special guest today to the panel.
That's a regular guy.
Special guest. Yeah, exactly. We have Twitch partner here, charity streamer, Marcel D, aka MD14. So
clearly my name. So
big shout out. Thanks for coming out. So yeah, without further ado, I guess we're gonna get started into things. We're gonna kick things off with a little bit of just like an informational sort of Q&A with Marcel here. He's gonna tell us a little bit about his backstory, how he got into streaming, and yeah. So basically, yeah, tell us about yourself, Marcel. How did you first get into content creation? Why did you choose to go down this path?
Well, you know, it's 1986. You know, I came up. I'm not sure. I'm not going down the whole path of my mother's birth. But no, basically, I started content creation back in 2015. I used to like dabble along with a lot of like YouTube stuff and like a lot of college videos. I actually moved from Scarborough to Mississauga, and like for those who have done that in their life, they know they're not going to see anyone back in Scarborough. Basically, they're like, I'm not taking the bus. Where are you again? Like, forget it. Our buses, forget it. So that actually led me towards going towards Twitch. Another thing that actually pushed me towards Twitch as well was actually Extra Life. And Extra Life, I saw they did like a lot of charity streams. I was like, man, I really want to be a part of this, like gaming, streaming, and that. So that's actually like the whole like birth of me starting on Twitch. That led me towards doing a meetup group. I saw a lot of people doing Twitch meetup groups. And in case you guys didn't know, I'm actually the organizer for Twitch Toronto as well. So if you guys are, like, we haven't ran anything for a while. We did a virtual thing, and like the guy in the back who drove from Buffalo, right? That guy, he's been a part of it as well. Like, you can attest, I'm legit. I do like the Toronto stuff. He's my one proof. But basically, like, I always want to do content creation. I like make people laugh as well, but like also like to make a difference with the platform I have and tools I have as well. And like, there's like a lot of negativity with gaming, like, oh, you know, like gaming's like making my child go nuts today or something like that, or like my child dropped a plate because of gaming or whatever. But like gaming does like so much more with like charity and or like making people's lives so much like happier. Like there's so many people like right now my community's like, how long are you gone for? Like it's 1 hour, and I'll be back. Because like they just love the company, and like so many people deal with so many different things, and like you don't realize how much like you actually matter to them, like how much of a difference you do. Like for some people just can't go out, you know, and they deal with like some like disorders and stuff like that, and like it's actually kind of just make someone's like day a little bit better. So
Yeah,
I
and
hope I answered that question. I thought I was all over the place.
yeah, and a little bit about us too. I went to school for broadcasting, radio, and television, and you know, kind of delved into that. Wasn't really my thing, so you know, I kind of wanted to use what I've learned in school and whatnot and apply that to Twitch streaming. So that's kind of where I came out with Item 9 Gaming, and we've been doing that for about 8 years now, creating content. And yeah, it's been a really fun experience, and we've got to have some really cool experiences that have come out of streaming. And yeah, so we wanted to really show that it's definitely a viable career path, and it's definitely an achievable goal if it's something that you're interested in doing. But yeah, to sort of move on from that, there are a lot of other streamers out there. There's a lot of noise out there. There's going to be a million other content creators. So Marcel, I just wanted to sort of ask, what are some ways that you can create content that breaks through barriers?
You can be known for like a certain meme if you wanted to, but like all you can do like break through different barriers is like what your passion is. Like mine is charity. I try to like work with every different type of organizations, and anything I get my hands with, I try to see if I can spin it off to like charity. So whatever your niche is, you can make that into like your path of career if you wanted to. So.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's pretty much just being authentic. I would feel that's a big part of it. You know, when you want to go into this, just really be yourself and kind of really reach out to your community and show them like this is who you are, this is this is the content that I want to make. Again, speaking on like audiences, like what would you feel is the best way to sort of tap into your audience and create content that they want to see?
Like for me, I'm very open to my audience, and I ask them like, what do you guys want to see today? And we just have like a little heart to heart. Like I tend not to like divvy off with from so many games. I know a lot of people are like, I'm gonna play this and this and this and this and this, but like if you're playing so many different things, you're not gonna grab the audience, and you need to like stick to like one thing, see if it works out. Because I find sometimes people just like, oh, this didn't work for me today. I got 5 years today. I'll forget this. And like this one I got 1 view today or something like that. Or I got 20 with this one. But like see like what sticks with you. If you like Call of Duty, like I know a lot of people are like, oh, don't stream Call of Duty, but like if that's what you like, make content out of it. Like make TikToks. TikTok's a big one. Like I don't know what they're doing, but like they figured out something. YouTube as well. Like make YouTube shorts. Make like different categories. Like 5 top kills, top fails as well, or something like that, stuff like that. Wherever your niche is, like wherever you like, stick with that. I know some like for me, like what kind of helped me blow up as well was a game called Knockout City, and like I worked with developers. I was in the I was always like interacting with them, and like funny enough today, they actually just showed me that they threw one of my logos as like a crew member logo in there. But like that's because I just built that whole relationship with them. The same thing with like charities. I built like so much like relationships with them that they will like want to work with you and like reach out to you. Like you will also get like some random like people be like, hey, I'm a charity as well. I'm like, no, no you're not, but but like just take your time, and like the classic saying like Rome wasn't built one day type of thing. It takes a while.
Yeah,
and like I've been streaming since 2015, and like I got partnered like last year, for example. But I never let that stop me from doing what I wanted to do. Like I think I got a lot more perks than most partners did until I just worked that hard. I find some people just if they got a check mark, they're like, okay, I have to do nothing. I just coast. Like that's not that's just like the next chapter. But like don't stop that grind that helped you get to like if you want a partnership, for example, and then just continue with that as well.
Yeah, and to sort of bounce off that, it's really like it's good to have somebody that you can reach out to and sort of ask for feedback as well, and to sort of listen to your community as well and sort of create one. Yeah, I mean, just because you make something, you gotta make sure that it's something that you want to watch as well.
Exactly.
Just because you made it, it's not a good enough
Always
excuse.
review your content. Like I know it's very cringe, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Like why did I'm just quitting right now or stuff like that. But like always review your content, because then you can see like maybe your mic wasn't on the whole time and no one told you.
Guilty.
Yeah.
Which happens a lot, trust me. But okay, all right, good. But like basically, like make sure like it's always good to review, and like if you can't really reflect on yourself, then like, you're not gonna grow. And that's like the same thing as a person as well. So I'm not gonna give life advice.
And can you tell us about some of the partnerships that you've built over the years as content creator?
All right, one minute. Okay, so right now I have one with MSI, and it's like something that's I'm developing with them. I have one with Logitech. It's not really like they pay me or anything like that. They're like, hey, do you need a microphone or like a keyboard? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm saving money and everything like that. Those partnerships are great. There's certain partnerships. I have like this is not filmed or anything. There's certain partnerships. Like they would like, I mean, you guys are dirt right now, right? But like they'll be like, hey, you want a blanket? I'm like, how can I eat it? Like, what am I gonna do with that? like I don't understand. Like, don't work for free. Don't sell yourself short. You like put a price to like your value, because it takes a lot of time to like. There's a lot of work. Like a lot of people just think I'm just sitting there and like just moving a mouse or like my controller and stuff like that. But no, like I plan my streams, I plan my content. I don't plan like for word and everything, but like I plan what I want to play and like what my schedule is as well. And I actually reach out to different brands and like for myself, and like where like other people will reach out to talent agencies and be like, oh, get me this and everything like that. But like basically like you're a streamer, you're a businessman or woman or whatever you identify yourself as, or you have the time management. Like you're like wearing so many different types of hats, and like for someone to come up to me and like, hey, you wanna like shut off this gum for me? And like, no, like give me money, hello.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. And knowing your value and knowing your worth is definitely important when it comes to partnerships.
But like for example, Logitech's a good one for me, because like this is like an exchange. Like I can go to them and be like, hey, I need a keyboard giveaway today. They're like, yeah, okay. And like that's like I don't know how to put a price to that. Like, or I need a brand new keyboard. Like that's like there's like a money exchange in a way. But like don't be like, yeah, just shop. Like there's a guy out there who literally says, and watch out for this. Like there's a guy out there who'll be like, oh yeah, like I'll reach out to content creators and be like, hey, would you like to test out this product for free? And like, people, oh yeah, and then but then next week you got the product, and then you make a YouTube video or an Instagram post, and then next week you gave them free advertisement. You got no money for that. And why would you do that? So
exactly. And then another big topic that kind of comes out of content creation. I know it's something that I've had to deal with in the past, and this is like for me just a really big deal. And it's how do you avoid burnout? Like how do you combat that?
I'll definitely take breaks. Like you know, like the streaming every day for 24 hours, meta is like it's gone now. Like as long as you have like a consistent schedule. Like for me, like I actually like just stream until like I used to work in the day, and then like I'll come home and stream until like midnight or whatever I feel like it. That like those days are gone. Bless you, by the way. But like basically like just if you want to stream 3 times a day, or sorry, 3 times a week, it's not 2 times a day. If you want, that's fine. But as long as your community knows that, then it's fine. And like just stay consistent from everything.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be streaming like every day, or you burn yourself out, give some time for you to like make other content elsewhere. You don't want to be like you don't want to put your eggs all in one basket. Like you know, like there's Twitch, there's YouTube, Facebook if you want to, Trovo, you know, D-Live.
And you don't always have to be streaming, you know? You can just take your time and play a game for yourself, you know, self-care, relax, you know, go out, you know,
Like
de-stress.
Like this week, I'm taking this weekend off, and like everyone's like, I just wanted to like, okay, I let them know ahead of time, and they will understand. Like they know like it's a lot of work, so.
Exactly. And I think it's just like finding a healthy balance between the two. So, you know, a lot of us at the beginning, you know, we still have our part-time jobs.
Yeah.
And, we're still occupied with life, stuff like that. So it's okay to, you know, take a week off, take 2 days off, and you know.
I know some people take a month off. They're like, hey, you know what? I just need a month for myself. They're like, all right, so I'll over it.
And try different things too. It's like try making different content. If a
Exactly.
piece of content isn't working for you, go back to the drawing board. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of stuff can come out of happy accidents. So yeah, definitely, it's just you know,
If
keep
you
it
want to act
up.
like a business, do things quarterly. If one thing didn't work out quarterly, then switch up for the next quarter. So.
And how do you exactly balance quality versus quantity?
What quality?
In terms of like the content you're putting out versus like streaming.
Honestly.
Right?
I don't really. That's the honest truth. I just enjoy what I do, and like I think people just love that, and like that's. I don't really have a good answer for that. I'm sorry.
No, I think for us really it's
We've been best friends for like 4 days by email.
Right? Yeah. I mean, for us, really, it's just like sometimes we get really tired of doing the weekly stream sometimes, and sometimes I really like sitting down with the game and doing some scripted content, sort of editing that and working on that, as opposed to just hopping on stream and just talking about really whatever, not really feeling passionate.
Okay,
yeah.
you right or something. Perfect.
Yeah.
So, what I started doing, like, sometimes I take a break from it, but like before I start playing the game, we'll like react to like different videos, for example, and like you know, daily dose of internet is your best friend for Twitch right now. But like you just react to such silly things, such goofy things. But like you could actually use those reacting things. Don't watch copyrighted stuff though, by the way. Just let me throw that out there. But like take those as like fair, so you can just do that. But like you can actually use that as like content down the road. Like oh, we reacting to like funny cat jumps or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I know there's like a colleague of ours, Omar Mees. I know he likes to watch. Yeah, you know Omar.
Yeah.
He likes to watch. He does his Hell's Kitchen streams. There's a lot of those. So yeah, so it's just stuff like that. You know.
You're watching miniature
Yeah.
cooking?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So it's a lot of fun
What
stuff
do you
like
do?
that.
I'm like, you don't understand. I don't know what's going on.
Right? I gotta get a Kid Nation stream going. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, that kind of for us kind of goes over pretty much about the quality of what the content we want to put out. But again, like speaking again to like partnerships and whatnot, like can you tell us about some of like the charity streams that you've been doing in the past? And
Yeah. So my first one I did was Extra Life. One thing I will say is like don't worry how much you raise. Like the first one I did was I raised like 250 or 500. I'm gonna say 500 or something like that, but I don't remember. But That was my very, very first one, and I was like super proud of myself, and I love it and everything. And then I did St. Jude and what's another one? Gamers Outreach, and I'm like looking down, I can't remember as well. So, like there's a lot of great charities out there. St. Jude's is a big one where like so many streamers, like the guy in the back as well, his daughter's his head's down right now. So yeah, you know we've done we've done. St. Jude, and like everyone comes together for that one. It's a whole month-long like celebration, and like we raised over like $4 million collectively for everyone. This year, like last year, I raised $10,000 for the first time. Like the U.S. is like $1 million Canadian, you know, and then I honestly just told everyone like, hey, next year, I said this year I want to beat that and get that. And like everyone just rallies up, and like if you just get your community together, like see how big your community is, and like just be like, hey guys, I want to do this. Is it possible? They're like, they will rally behind you. Like I was like, a lot of them did like overtime. They're like, oh, I love this, because they also get to tease me as well. Like they get like I don't like pickles, and like they can get a lot of pickles, and then like my sodium level, like my foot was swollen. Like you know, I didn't put my shoe on. I was wearing flip flops for like a week and stuff like that.
Careful, you don't want to get out.
Yeah, no, I didn't know any of that. But like, you know, I go all out for like Chinese food. Like I'll eat like all the bean boozles, the nasty stuff, and like they found a new flavor. I don't know how they managed to do that. And there's the old bandage, that's the worst one. And like spicy beans, and I go all out. So like do your research and like to see how you can make it fun and make it exciting and very entertaining as well for people, and it'll be successful. But also don't worry how much you raise as well. Like there was one year where I raised 5,000, and then like the following year I only raised like 500.
Yeah.
But I didn't let that stop me. So
yeah, it's important to not feel intimidated. At the end of the day, people are just watching and paying attention and noticing that you're out there trying to make a difference in the community.
there are some like lovely, like I find charity times are like you will see like some fantastic people. People came by and were like, oh, you're doing charity? All right, where's $1,000? Like, where did you come from? And like it's amazing. Like it's kind of crazy. I'm like, I kind of wish the spotlight kind of showed that a little bit, like what gaming and streaming has done for like people don't realize how much millions like even like on YouTube. I go like with MatPat and like Markiplier, they did like $14 million.
Yeah,
but no one, like, you don't hear about it, right? Unless you heard about it. So
yeah, I mean, and like Extra Life is a fantastic.
St. Jude is another one as well. Gamer Outreach. We did one for Mount Sinai as well. Like there's a lot of like local ones you could do as well. And if no one's doing it, then just do it yourself.
Yeah, definitely. I know like Twitch and whatnot is making it very easy for streamers to sort of integrate the charity aspect into their streams now.
Yeah.
So
which is for US for now.
Yeah, so that kind of wraps up our little bit of Q&A with MD right now. But we're just going to go into a little bit of more informational stuff here. Got a panel for you guys here, slideshow. And basically what we're going to talk about is now defining your brand and basically figuring out what you want to do as a streamer and what kind of content you want to make. So I think first off the bat, it's really important to figure out what it is that you want to do as a streamer, what kind of content that you want to make. I mean, for us, we were doing a weekly podcast that we talked about like the news, and I mean, it was fine, but it was really boring. So we didn't really want to watch it. So we kind of had to go back to the drawing table and sort of develop a new concept. And now we do a show called Up at 9, and it's sort of more focused towards like a late night talk show kind of thing. So we've spent a lot of time developing a set and working with that and kind of making the aesthetic of it feel more like a talk show rather than just a news stream. So that's definitely something that is important to figure out. And it's important to find a community and figure out what kind of stuff that it is that they want to see. And it's, again, important to really figure out how you can differentiate your content from other streamers out there, because, again, there's just so much noise being made right now. There's literally, everybody wants to be a streamer. So it's really important to sort of figure out where you fit into that situation, whether it be like if you want to be a horror streamer, if you want to stream about just doing specific games like Fall Guys or anything like that. Again, as MD was saying, Knockout City is something that he's really focusing on now. So again, I think that is definitely really crucial. And again, you have to figure out what your goals and values are as a streamer. What do you want to promote? really what we wanted to do, was kind of create like the first late night gaming talk show. That was something that we didn't really see happening in the space of content creation and streaming. So that's something like we really jumped on, and so far it's been pretty good. We've got a lot of positive feedback from doing that. So, and another thing too is just really wanting to have a lot of diverse perspectives in the whole streaming community. I mean, me coming to Fan Expo, this is like the first time I've been here in like 8 years. I would come like every year in high school just to check out and see what the guys from Electric Playground were doing, and Victor Lucas, like that was a big.
I was there with like only one building.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, so that was sort of a big thing for me. I really wanted to get into the sort of journalism side of video gaming, and then, you know, really seeing how there wasn't really a market for that. I was like, well, you know what? I'm gonna create my own sort of talk show and gaming show that we've been doing on Twitch now for a few years, and it's been pretty good. So
Another thing I'll touch about this like sponsorships as well. If there's a brand that you really like and in love with, just reach out to them.
Oh yeah.
They're willing to work out with you. Like, a lot of people feel like, oh, I'm not that big. Like there's a lot of them that have like great programs where they'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll send you some stuff. If you want to do a review, like that's another thing as well. So
yeah, exactly. And another thing too is what's important is finding your audience. You want to know like who are they? You don't want to know where they're from, what their age group is, where are they? Like what sort of social platforms are they using? Are they using TikTok, Facebook, YouTube? Where are you most likely to be able to reach out to them and communicate to them? It's finding out like how do you reach them? What kind of content am I going to create? And it's again comes down to consistency. You know, really trying to have a aesthetic that matches your socials and whatnot, having everything kind of in a brand that fits your goals and your values. I think that's something that people really look out and want to find when they're looking for new streamers to watch. It's sort of a community that they can belong to. So I think that's really important. And again, it's networking and whatnot. It's coming to events like these, and you know, it's going to panels like this and going to meetups and whatnot. I mean, a lot of the times there's like Twitch meetups and stuff like that, and yeah, it really is great that there's a lot of in-person events back in town now. So it's definitely one of the most crucial ways that
there'll be a meetup soon eventually.
Oh yeah,
I haven't figured out where. Also make like a media index as well. People like seeing like numbers and like what brands you work with as well, and just have like different like the same way how you will have like stats from like players, like baseball players or whatever. Just have the same stats on for yourself as well. It's a nice portfolio to show like what you have done over the years.
Yeah, exactly. I know when Carter and I send out emails, it's hyperlinked to crap. There's just like links everywhere in them. You know, you really just want to click them all. Like this is our content. This is what we're about. This is why you should work with us. And then we just have like some tips and some stuff that can really help you out. It's growing your brand through multiple mediums. While it is fun to have, you know, your weekly streams, it's like you really want to get your brand out there. You want to branch out into different things, whether that be blogging or podcasting or I don't know, making scripted content. That way you have more of a reach to different audiences, and that way there's a lot more people who are looking at your content. You have more content that is getting into the hands of different viewers. And again, like I said previously, it's engaging with different communities and stuff like that. A lot of partnerships and collabs that we've had have come through, going to a lot of different events and whatnot, going to E3 and whatnot, and talking to a lot of people there. And it's understanding the power of collaborations.
If you collaborate with other users as well, like streamers as well. So.
Yeah, exactly.
You always just shoot your shot. Like even if you don't think like talking to this executive of a game company is gonna do anything, just size your name in, you know? Just say we are here doing this, you know? Just big up yourself to them.
Yeah, like if you're a fan of Ubisoft is here this weekend. Go down to the booth, introduce yourself, you know, tell them like, hey, this is what I'm about. This is what I like to do. And then, you know, it's again, just ask. Like the amount of times I've just sent out an email not thinking I was going to get a response from a company, and coming back to us like, yeah, absolutely. Here's some copies of games for you guys to review. Like here's some copies of games to hand out, you know, on stream. So yeah, I mean, it's like just don't be shy. If there's a brand that you really like, by all means, reach out to them. Show them what you have to offer. offer, show them why they should work with you. Because most of the time, it'll be a yes. You know, a lot of these companies really see the power and the influence of streaming right now, and they want you guys to play the games. They want you to show off what they have to offer.
It's free marketing.
Yeah, exactly. It's free marketing. Yeah, so like even for us, I've been a huge fan of Ubisoft, and long time ago, like just asked them to cover a launch. They would have a bunch of launch parties for different games. So I believe it was, I think Assassin's Creed Unity. Yeah, I don't really like that game too much, but it's all right. Right? So we went down to like a launch party for that, and it was like my first kind of like interview, sort of gaming journalism. And from there, we've been working with Ubisoft for about like 8 years now. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, it's definitely something really cool when you are reaching out to like PlayStation and Xbox, and they're emailing you back, and it's like, yeah, this is really cool. So yeah, definitely, those are some things that you can do to definitely help you through your content creation journey. And then there's some tools here. You know, it's really expensive getting software. You know, not everybody has the money for Adobe Creative Cloud. I certainly don't. So, you know, a lot of things you can use are free. You know, Canva is great for making thumbnails. It's like a lifesaver. If you're looking to make short form content, there's things like Splice that you can use, things that will auto-generate captions for your TikToks and whatnot. And if you're looking to maybe find content to stream, you can sign up for websites like Terminals or Rainmaker. And most of the time they have a lot of useful tips that you can use, like KPIs and looking at your analytics of your channel, and they can really help you in terms of seeing how you need to grow. And you can also just use those websites to request keys for different games. I know a lot of these different websites offer big AAA titles, so I mean it's really easy to have on hand.
Definitely grab Twitter, because there's a lot of PR companies just being like creators, we're looking for streamers.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's Call of Duty, like legit would be out there.
Yeah.
You just reach out to them.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the next point is social media. It's like your biggest asset that you can use. Twitter, especially.
Twitter's massive.
Yeah, I can't like even come to tell you the amount of times where I've just spent nights just literally on a certain game company's Twitter page, just looking for their PR manager, just scrolling through like thousands of followers and stuff like that. But it's there for you. It's helpful, and yeah, just you'll never know who's gonna answer you when you shoot that DM. So.
And put your email in the bio as well, because a lot of companies will reach out to you that way as well.
Yeah,
so.
definitely. Yeah, and again, yeah, those are just a few things you can use as well. Yeah, but I guess now we can sort of open the floor up for questions. If anybody has any questions or anybody wants to ask. Yeah.
What's something you do as like daily or weekly as a content creator that really helps you out?
Definitely, it's like checking out Twitter. That's
Yeah.
something I love. Yeah. Twitter and like also like YouTube as well to see like what like you can see what's the hot trend out there. YouTube is like literally just another Google search. Like you just be like, if you want to get like ideas as well, like if you're playing like Assassin's Creed, I'll be like, you'll type Assassin's Creed and you see it. Best way to find Assassin's Creed blank. Assassin's Creed blank. Like that's like the best way to. I kind of like stay like on track to see what trends are going on. So like YouTube's like a good way to find them. But definitely Twitter is like your best friend. I know like people like I don't want to tweet like just like eating cereal or something. Like you could if you want, but like Twitter, like there's so much information going on. Like there's like a lot of good value stuff on there.
Yeah, like having like a plan of what you're going to be streaming is definitely a helpful tip, useful. I mean, I like to have at least one day that I know I'm for sure going to be streaming, like with our weekly podcast. Like it happens every Sunday, so we know for sure that on Sunday there's going to be a stream. We're going to be putting out a piece of content. Yeah, so yeah.
Pick a day to make a schedule as well.
Yeah.
So like I know like for 2 weeks now I know what I'm playing basically.
Yeah, exactly. And don't always think that you have to hop on like the newest releases and titles too. There's a lot of great indie developers out there. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of great indie developers out there who want you to play their games and more times.
Terminal is great for that too.
Yeah.
Terminal has a lot of independent studios.
Anybody else? Yeah. Oh, Sub-Zero.
Hi. So, I'm a tries. I stream mostly fighting games, so what I try to do is I try to do a new fighting game each week every Monday. My strategy is I put archives on YouTube and I put a link to my Twitch on the videos, but unfortunately I'm not getting a lot of hits, and I'm just trying to think where am I going wrong that I'm not seeing a lot of people following me, because it's like I try to stream weekly and I'm putting the videos on YouTube. My link to the Twitch page, to my Twitch channel is all my YouTube videos. I only have like 10 subscribers and a handful of views on YouTube.
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, like the best thing is just you keep at it right now. I don't think anything's gonna happen. It doesn't happen overnight, but again, with that consistency and try to have some sort of different content. I mean, and sort of reach out to those people who are subscribed to you and try to figure out like, hey, is there anything that I can do a little bit differently that you guys would want to see? Is there any something like some things that I should change up? Different games, perhaps. But yeah, again, like if you're kind of just really sitting at like a stagnant spot in your streaming career, I don't think it should be a deterrent at all. I think that it's just, yeah, you just got to work on it a little bit more at a time, and eventually like, you'll see the numbers show up. And again, it's finding that right community for you again. Like there's, you're saying that you're into fighting competition or fighting games. So I don't know, maybe you should be going to different like fighting tournaments, so I'm getting out there saying like, reaching out to people saying like, hey, there's so-and-so fighting tournament, Smash Bros tournament happening this week. You know, I'm gonna be down there checking it out. Come say hi or whatever, you know, like that. Go to those events and sort of meet people who are there and tell them, hey, you know, like I do this channel, like I stream fighting games on these certain days. Like I'd love it if you guys would check it out. So like, yeah, I think that's definitely a good option.
It also depends on like how you also dress up your YouTube as well. Like a lot of like we all know thumbnails catch everyone's eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
So like if you're not putting in like like a thumbnail that stands out or like YouTube tags, like the more you use on like more features you use on YouTube, the more to like promote your videos as well. So like make sure you're using tags. Make sure you use like even like the hashtag like tournament or like fighting games or stuff like that. Watch how you maybe title your YouTube video as well. And like even like use different use terms to promote it, or if you want to use like little snippets from those fights, like say someone did like a crazy 24 hit combo, that you use like a snippet of that and make like YouTube shorts or TikTok if you wanted to, you know, like definitely like use the content you have and like try to branch out that way. Then you'll see people start coming back to your main content.
I mean, like, yeah, another thing too is like, yeah, that's great to build off of. If you know, if you're gonna be streaming for 4 hours, maybe stream for 2 hours, and then with that extra 2 hours, review your content and see if there's things that you can make clips out of and post on to your socials. And again, yeah, it's like cross-posting and posting on multiple mediums too is super important as well. Trying to reach out to as many people as you can on different platforms. So.
And also, instead of try like instead of doing different fighting games each time, try and find like what fighting game like suits you most in your audience and like what you can get into most, or like you could do like a fun thing with that game. You know what I mean?
You also do like different things like this is how you do, you know, a 1-frame combo or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Tutorial guide videos.
Mm-hmm.
Open up your streams to the viewers. Say like, you know, I'm running out. Yeah, you don't want to think of that. Yeah, but yeah, there's definitely some things that you can definitely do. But don't feel deterred or anything like that your numbers aren't growing.
My other strategy is what I was thinking of doing was I was thinking of playing more of the popular games to hopefully attract more viewers to our search for that specific game. Because a lot of the games that I play are obscure. For example, who goes on Twitch and says, I want to look for to see who's playing Power Stone.
I love Power Stone.
Yeah.
I wanted to come back.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I like to stream some of the bigger titles too, but that's not always the best option because you know it can be very saturated. You know, there's a lot of people playing these games at the same time, so sometimes there is benefits to playing those niche games for sure.
Everyone loves the cult classic.
And then like mixing both, where I do the populars and the niche ones. That's my idea.
Yeah.
I remember when the new Nickelodeon fight game came out, I got viewers. Because you want to see who's playing it.
Yeah. One thing I would like check out Maximilian dude. Like he's like all fighting games. I don't know if you heard of him, but like yeah, definitely check out and see like how he does his stuff. I know he has like a whole team behind him, but like he follows like a certain thing. Like he will talk talk about fighting games, but then you also do tutorials on fighting games, and you do like top 5, you know, best combos of this game or something like that. But like he does the different things and see what he does and see what works for him. Like, and then you might see it grow for your numbers as well. So,
Anybody else?
So,
Jump in the back? Yeah, yeah.
So you guys do like work-life balance tips, I guess, because like for me, I'm in high school and I have a part-time job. What do you guys do to balance all of that?
For me, I mean, it's again like finding being very passionate about it. I mean, it's finding like I love. I went to school for like broadcasting, so for me, I love the production side of doing the streaming. So it's like really finding like something that you can really hook on and attach to in terms of making like content. But yeah, again, I don't think. You know, quitting school or quitting your job to be a content creator full time is the route to go. It's definitely important to prioritize the things. I mean, again, like there's going to be times when you're not going to be able to stream because you have prior commitments. And again, yeah, it's just finding a schedule that really works for you. I think that's really one of the best tips that I can say.
like if you only stream 1 day a week, then like that's your schedule.
Yeah.
Right? But like, at least I know when you're going to be on.
Exactly.
Yeah, like try and like make it like a certain day and time, so that way it's like, you know, you allot that time for streaming.
Oh, question?
so you mentioned looking at things like YouTube, or as you said, calling it a search engine, or even saying looking at Maximilian.
Yeah.
How do you find a balance between kind of taking like inspiration or seeing what someone else is doing and kind of modeling after that a little bit without kind of ripping off what they're doing? How do you kind of find a balance between?
You ain't getting close.
Yeah.
Honestly, like you just like if someone's like I've seen there's so many people who copy you, so other people like they do it, but they kind of put like a little twist to it, and like that way it kind of makes it their own. Like everyone copies everyone. Like even with music, like at least I heard someone like saying like the Rick Roll song. Like,
Yeah.
This is the Rick Roll beat. What's going on here? It's not like that, but like everyone does even in like the whole industry, but like just put your own spin to it. Just don't blatantly like copy someone or anything like that, because you get in trouble for that.
Yeah, and even like reaching out to that person whose content you're trying to model it after, just reaching out to them and saying like, hey, do you have any advice? I want to make something sort of similar to yours. Like, how can you help me do that sort of evolve or take the next step? And so I think that's pretty, yeah.
Kind of like find like a remix to it.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
I like the hat.
Splatoon 3?
Three.
Yeah.
Splatoon 3 here? Can
They're
we play it?
downstairs.
Is it?
No, the Nintendo's downstairs.
Nintendo's here? I didn't know that.
The premiere is on the 27th.
Oh man, okay.
Yeah, the test fires this weekend. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
Okay. It looks like we have some content to stream.
Yeah.
Splatoon 3 stream.
I need to stream that too. But
Well, thanks for your question.
no, that wasn't my question. I was wondering, like, how do you build confidence as a content creator? Because, well, I intend to stream Splatoon, and I'm a competitive player, but at the same time, like, I'm considered to be a mid-level player, and it's just hard to like not let it get in your head of why would anyone want to watch me when there's better people out there. So, how do you like get over those negative thoughts and actually be confident in what you're doing?
I think for me, it's mostly I like to have fun with it. I like to have a lot of pride in my streams. I think for me, it's like having like really good production. For me, it's like it makes me feel like I'm doing a really good job. But yeah, it is pretty daunting at times. I definitely get that.
There's many days I was like, I don't want to have the cam on today. That you just don't have to have the cam on if you don't want to.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, you just have to like kind of push yourself and just honestly do it like that. I wish I had like a better answer, but I feel like I have like a softball answer. Like just do it. I've been doing that.
Yeah, I've been doing like the radio and television stuff
Yeah.
for a while, so it's like it's kind of like it just goes like right
Yeah.
in my head. Like I thought I was gonna be nervous doing this, and I'm just like, no, I'm just happy to do it. This is fun. Yeah.
You'll tend to forget you're alive, but kind of remember you are because like you don't want to leave the camera on.
Yeah, exactly. and if you are feeling it, it's just like it's good to like maybe not just have so much dead air too when you're streaming. If you just want to turn the camera off, and maybe just just have an audio.
Talk about
stream.
like, oh, you want me to go here because I expect that guy to be there. Or
Yeah.
whatever. So it's like that. Yeah. Hope that's a good. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I think I'm a content creator, but I'm not a content poster or production. Sort of getting into once you've created that content, how do you make something special with it? Yeah, and so since you say you are kind of passionate about that, what makes you get into it, and how do you create structure to actually produce said content?
I think again like a lot of planning. I mean for me for us it's our late night gaming talk show. So I mean I put a lot of time into that, and it's finding something that you want to do. Finding like if you want to do a specific stream or a specific event. It's putting in the prep work. I think if you think it looks good, and I think if you get positive feedback, it's definitely really uplifting. Saying like, hey, I know I'll show him some things sometimes. He'll be like, dude, that's really cool. But I don't think it looks that great. You know, I'll just like mash something together in like 2 seconds. So yeah, I think again, it's just like it's having structure, and again, it's really having a passion for wanting to stream. But yeah, like finding structure in it, that comes when you figure out what it is that you want to do, like what kind of content that you want to make. I think once you figure that out, the structure part comes very naturally after.
Okay, so I stream in a very oversaturated community. Like I play Valorant, League, Minecraft, and like there's so many people that like play those games like nightly. Is there like any advice you guys have to grow in that oversaturated field? Because even on TikTok, you search Valorant, and there's like 10 billion views. Like, do you have any advice on how one can kind of make themselves distinct from the entire herd of people, if that makes sense?
I would say to that is because it's so oversaturated, it's like try and find some other streamers like in Toronto or in Ontario who are doing the Valorant stuff, doing some collabs with them maybe. I feel like that would be the best bet. I mean, if you're trying to do short form content or something like that, how you were saying on TikTok, you could maybe even do something like the top plays of like the Valorant like esports league that week or something like that. You could also as well like create a show or something around sort of the esports league on that stuff, because again that whole industry as itself is just exploded. So I think there's lots of room for that.
People, like it's almost easier to teach, like if you're like really dedicated in those games, and if you're like, okay, I know this and stuff, like you can make a video out of that. Maybe someone didn't know about that, or someone who's looking into getting into those games, or like you want to tell like lore stories, like top 10 like Minecraft lore. I'm pretty sure there's stuff out there or something like that. But you can find like different spins to like kind of like make content out of those, and then like. When like you say for example you throw stuff to YouTube, then your YouTube audience will follow you like where you are, like, oh, you're the person in the top 10 lawyers, I love you, I didn't know you stream type of thing, and then they'll come follow you and everything. So
exactly.
So how important is it to find like a consistent like niche sort of, because I haven't gotten into it because I just have such eclectic interests. Is being specific important, or can you like be broad?
I mean, I think it's definitely important to figure out like what you want to represent in the industry and as a streamer. I think like once you figure that out, you can definitely build off of how you want your content to be different from others.
Like if you're not sure, I know a lot of people think that like, oh, as a streamer it's going to become a career as well. If you want it to be as a hobby, that's okay as well. Like if you just want to I just want to stream something, go right ahead. Like there's so many. That's why they made it so easy. Like they put on Xbox and like PlayStation. Like you can do it on your phone and everything. Just go ahead, give it a try, see how you feel about it. Give it like a month or two. If it's not for you, then at least you figure it out, right? So it's okay to see. Like you don't have to make it into a career if you don't want to, but you just want to like. I just want to stream a game, just go for it then. And then like a lot of times those people they become really successful actually.
Yeah.
Gentleman in the back there. So I wanted to ask, preface, you know how a lot of streamers and other content creators get like swatted or raided and that kind of stuff. I wanted to ask about your opinions or advice on security of content creators to prevent this kind of things.
I mean, that's something that we definitely haven't had to deal with.
Last year I got like, not swatted, but I got like, what do we call it, the bot rates.
Oh yeah, the bot rating is
Yeah,
really bad.
I got like that, but nothing swat. I don't think swatting now. Maybe
There was one person recently, I think in London, a streamer who was swatted recently. But I mean, it's just aligning yourself with like a positive community. I think it's being around. And again, having mods is really important too. Yeah, having somebody who you trust to moderate your streams and whatnot is important. In moderating your chats, and yeah, again, just aligning yourself with the positive community.
like with Twitch, they're not perfect, but they've come up with great tools to help you with that. So like you can even have like, I don't want anyone talking in my chat if their account's not like 6 months old, for example. Like you can set your own settings. You can also make like little pre-scripts on your stream deck if you want to. Like I have one, like if I got like a hate rate. Last year hate rates were like everywhere and everything. I got it like 16 days in a row. I was like, oh, here they are again. I just pressed the button and like I just muted the chat and everything. But like I didn't let it bother me anything like that. But there's different tools you could actually, like they came up with like a lot of great tools now because of actually Google last year and everything. So there's a lot of options. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. It is sadly something that we have to live with if it does happen. But there are tools and like they take it like very seriously about it too. So
Thank you. How's that going? Thank you guys so much for chatting. I appreciate it. You guys have a lot of good, helpful insight on this whole subject. I'm not a streamer myself, but I was very interested because I've heard so many different things. I've heard some people share about self-doubt. I've heard people talk about how to grow a bigger audience. I'm not a streamer, but I just met Extra Life this afternoon downstairs.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, are there any opportunities or I want to say, I don't even know how to use the word. Are there any pathways for people to find help as streamers? Like I work in sustainability and production, so I'm wondering if there's anything already in the pipeline for helping streamers kind of like get connected or deal with burnout or like get funding for themselves and like, are there anything? I'm hearing a lot of like helping others, but is there anything to help these guys with kind of figuring themselves out or?
Yeah. I know that Ubisoft is like a Black Game Pros mixer. That's something
I've been there. I've actually met MD at the Twitch meetup at the Hive before. I've kind of been involved with trying to get to know people, but I wonder if there's anything actually really being done to kind of like prevent swatting and help people connect and kind of ease burnout. Is that kind of something that everyone's kind of taking care of themselves?
Yeah, I think for the most part, there's definitely subreddits and discords that you can join. I don't know if there's anything personally.
there's no like
set up
professional like
online.
industry or anything.
Yeah.
Not that I know of.
That would be a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first, I don't know the best way to answer that is, but I mean, again, it's like if there's somebody that you like to watch, if there's somebody like that inspires you, it's definitely never a bad thing to just reach out to them and ask them for advice for sure. Yeah, and again, with events opening back up too, I know the CME is doing a gaming garage down there. I think they were doing something as well, some gaming stuff down there. But yeah, it's just it's keeping your ears and your eyes open. Because a lot of the developers that are in Toronto tend to have a lot of meetups and whatnot. So I mean, yeah, it's just again, social media is your best friend in all this. So it's keeping an eye out really. Yeah. Does anybody else have it?
Hi, I just wanted to make sure this question was relevant to the panel. I noticed in the description for the talk, it said, join us for this detailed look on how you can turn your passion for video games, movies, or TV into a career. I know it's been very streaming centric, which is awesome, but I'll just ask just in case. I'm a musical composer. I'm wondering if you know of any networks or avenues I should explore just to start networking with people who are maybe creating indie games and looking for music, or even indie filmmakers. I know you're coming from a radio and TV broadcasting background. Did you have any advice for any sort of network I should be looking into?
Yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of different. There's a whole website. I mean, for Canadian and indie game devs.
Yeah.
So something like that you can check out. There's like a list of all the developers and
all across
studios.
Canada.
Do you know what the site is?
It's Canadian indie devs. Yeah, like it's one of those. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Yeah, no worries, man.
That's good.
Yeah, and again, it's like it's You can make even short form content about that, like TikToks about gaming music and stuff like that. Stuff things that have been sampled from games that are in music now and movies now. So
You have like a SoundCloud, you can have like a Spotify of like all the music you have, and like if you
Yeah,
wanted
and
to,
website and all that, yeah.
but, yeah, and if you wanted to like broadcast as well, like one thing that's big as well, like streamers like are looking for music to
They
play
need
as
music.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Royalty
So
free
you don't want to
music.
hear this voice all the time, you know. So.
And yeah, I think we have time for one last question.
How do you balance interacting with the viewers and focusing on the game that you're playing?
I mean, for me, it's like I'm always like mostly streaming with more than 2 people. I mean, but yeah, having a moderator in chat is good. And yeah, I think once you see like the chat start coming in, I feel like for me when I'm streaming, for the most part, I like engaging and interacting with the chat and the viewers, mainly more than focusing on the game. So, like when that stuff comes in, I think it's really important to sort of reach out to them too, and it's like show them the attention and thank them for coming out to your stream. So, I think for the most part, it is tough sometimes to multitask when it's just you, but I think for the most part, you benefit a little bit more when you show that you're a little bit more engaged with the chat and with your community.
Like I'm no like pro player or anything. Like you'll see me fall off many cliffs. So like I'm talking to my chat,
Yeah.
and then I'll blame them for it, and they're like, "It was your fault," you know, like so. But like they love that interaction. So at least mine. Just don't your chat.
Yeah, so I think that pretty much wraps it up for us. You guys can connect with us here on our socials. And I'm thinking like this was awesome. This was fantastic. I'm thinking we're gonna have to put together a Discord, our Toronto content creators Discord.
Or just I would think Twitch meetup.
Yeah, Twitch meetup.
Feel free, honestly, like this message me if you want to. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Actually, I'll get to it, so.
Yeah. If you guys have any content that needs any reviewing or anything like that, yeah, feel free to reach out to us. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out. And if you see us on the floor during the panel, I'll be here all weekend. Yeah. If you know, only Saturday? Yeah.
I'll be getting tattooed in the tattoo alley. Oh my god, this guy. If you can get the anime panel done, come check it out.
Yeah, we'll be hanging around.